Ever wondered what it's really like balancing intense academics, sports, and running a YouTube channel at Cambridge? This week, I'm taking you through it all, from tackling essays and Anki flashcards to lacrosse matches and cheer training. Plus, I'll share my top tips for avoiding burnout at one of the world's most demanding universities. Let's dive into a week full of challenges, routines, and of course, some pretty great food.
Hello everybody and welcome to week 6, which is the continuation of my essay crisis. I know that my room is a mess in the background. We're gonna ignore that. I've got things to be doing. So yeah, I just need to finish writing on my essay about surrealist cinema. Really fun, but also with a big time pressure because it's due at 3. So let's get to it.
So up until 11 AM, I was just at home writing this essay, and then I headed off to Sigdrik's site to carry on writing, but also have a Catalan class at 11 AM. This was quite nice to break up the morning, and then it was back in the English library, writing. I really love this spot because I had a little barrier between me and the person next to me. This meant that I could fully concentrate on my essay without getting distracted by whatever the person next to me was working on. To be honest, this wasn't too bad because, as I said in my last video, my plan was very thorough. The only problem was, because I had so many ideas, I didn't know which ones to choose and which ones were the most important. Anyway, at about 12:30, I had my lunch break and I got a sandwich from the cafeteria. I then headed straight back to the English Lib and was typing away until I finished the essay at about 10 minutes to 3, bearing in mind it was due in at 3. And this video here makes me laugh so much because it's literally just me sitting completely still. I'm not really sure what my creative vision was in this moment, but oh well. I was proofreading my work just before sending it off, and when I tell you I was working right up until the last minute, I am not exaggerating, because you can see right here that I sent my essay off at exactly 3 PM on the dot, and it was 1,500 words, which was the bare minimum. But you know what? The bare minimum is already asking a lot. Anyway, as soon as I clicked send, I just stopped thinking about the essay, and I carried on with my day. It was a great release. I then received an email from the faculty coordinator who revealed that the coursework questions had just been released. For context, the essays that I'm doing throughout term, such as the one I just sent off, which is for supervisions, doesn't actually count for my final grade. It's just like at English A-level, when the teacher says, okay, write this essay for next week, and then the next week the teacher takes it in and marks it. It doesn't actually count for your final A-level grade, it's just practice. However, I was given the choice between coursework and a final written exam for one of my papers, and I chose to do the coursework option. This meant that instead of doing a 5-hour exam at the end of the year, I do 2 4,000-word essays throughout the year. So here is my reaction to the questions that had been set. Not gonna lie, it looked really tough, but there was one question that I thought looked sort of manageable. I then took a break at 3 PM because every single Thursday the English faculty hosts free tea and coffee for anybody who wants. I love coming because it's a bit more of a social way to take a break. However, soon after, I was back in the library, and this time I was studying my Anki flashcards, which I've spoken about in previous videos. The reason that I study my language-based flashcards when exams are so far away at this point is because it's based on a rule which is called compounding productivity. This concept is kind of like a snowball effect for productivity because it harnesses the power of small actions every single day, and saying that these small improvements over time is actually more productive and more helpful than one humongous effort right before the day of the exam. In my specific case, this translates to studying at least 5 minutes of each of my languages, so French, Spanish and Catalan, every single day.
I just went to the JCR hustings, which I didn't want to record because it was quite intimate. And it would be a bit rude to just record. Yeah, I didn't want to record it. Basically, it means that the head of the student body gets re-elected each year, and there was 4 people running in 2 pairs, and 2 of them my friends. So yeah, they did really well, and I'm voting for them. Or the other girls did really well too. I didn't really explain, but the hustings is when they give their speeches talking about the changes they would make, and then the floor is open to questions.
I just wanted to quickly say, if you're enjoying this so far, please like and subscribe. It really helps the channel grow, and I massively appreciate it.
Guys, I have a gorgeous lunch day. It's on me cover right now and he's waving, you fool. Guys, Man Crush Monday. How are you?
Slaying, thriving.
Master's application.
Is halfway done.
What? Bye. I miss you so much. Have a great lecture. Bye. I miss you. I miss you.
Bye.
Yo, I am tired. I'm exhausted. Cambridge is so exhausting. And I normally always say that I'll work 6 days a week for most of the day, and then Sunday I'll have a day off. But I'm just so exhausted from writing. Like, I wrote an essay, amongst other stuff. I wrote an essay at the end of last week and then one this week, and I'm just tired. So in order to make the most of the supervision at 3 p.m, I'm just gonna give myself a break beforehand, because otherwise I'm just gonna go in and just be brain fried and not actually properly be able to contribute and gain from the supervision and the expertise of the supervisor. So I'm gonna go relax, do my supervision, and then get my translation work done and all the other deadlines for Monday, because I want to have a whole weekend off and just chill and appreciate Cambridge. My supervision at Trinity Hall went really well, and now I'm going to the library. I don't want to go to the library, I'm exhausted. I'm gonna do it anyway because I know that I've got deadlines on Monday and it's Friday now. So I'm going to do my translation and get a Spanish presentation done, and that means I'm gonna have a whole weekend off, like I already mentioned. But yeah, more about the super. We discussed Surrealist cinema, and my supervisor's really great. I actually specifically requested to have her. And we discussed like gender in surrealist cinema, dismembered body parts, the whole idea that in surrealist cinema nothing actually means anything, so how can we write about it? But yeah, it was really, really interesting. I absolutely adored writing this presentation, and here is a quick productivity tip for when you absolutely don't feel like working. In the morning, start by working on your hardest assignments, and then in the afternoon and evening, you will be left with work which should be a little bit less taxing, and so, despite the fatigue, you'll still have enough motivation to do it. In the evening, I went to see a famous TikToker at a very intimate but special event that was organised by Oliver and Georgia. His name is Dan Whitlam, and if you don't know him already, he is a poet and rapper with over 250,000 followers on TikTok. It was incredible to have him perform live for us in a room of just about 20 people. After the performance, with him and a couple of friends, we all went to the college bar and got a drink, and I really appreciated this, because he gave me some really pertinent advice on how to create content for social media.
Yeah, I went to drama school. I went to Guildhall in London, in Moorgate, and we had to create like a 6-word poem. So we could have like poem, like words inside words, basically.
Everyone from Oliver's channel, I have stolen someone. It's absolute lie! Oh my goodness!
And I was on Pointless.
And she was on Pointless. Dia said I'm actually more famous than that. Girl, how is life? How is your entire existence?
Life is so good right now. It's my birthday next week.
Everyone comment happy birthday or you're cancelled.
I'm doing my degree.
What? After dinner, I went to the gym and then got ready to go out. This gives me such a good sense of routine, and honestly is some of my favourite me time. I also ate out a lot this weekend and it was so yummy, so I'll be showing you some of my favourite restaurants and ice cream places in Cambridge. Finally, get ready for my reflections on what it's like creating YouTube videos and content for social media whilst also being a university, because it can be a lot at times. And sometimes it can sort of be difficult to know what content people want on YouTube, but we'll get into that in a second. For the moment, you can just enjoy me doing my hip thrusts to get that Nicki Minaj booty. Y'all, Jones is so cute. I'm having such a good time. Like, everything's just going well. Everyone is happy. I just saw my friends in the bar. And yeah, my life is great.
So this was actually my first time going to Junction. I'd never been before, but I'd heard loads of people speak about it. And it was a queer night. This was actually the first time that I'd seen a drag king perform. So I really enjoyed that. However, my favourite had to be the second dancer because the energy he brought was absolutely insane. But apart from that, it was just a normal club night. I'll give you the rundown on what I thought in just a second, but I thought I'd just say, I'm sorry that I can't use the original clips, but I don't want to get any copyright claims, so we're just gonna have to deal with this background music. I hope that's okay.
As I'm standing at home waiting for the taxi to take me back home take me back home. I'm not gonna give you my address. Here's my hot take on Junction. I think it was good. Like, there were some performers, they were really good, especially the last dancer. He ate it up. The only thing is, it is kind of far, and therefore getting taxis can get expensive. So, and I feel like it was a bit less social than other Cambridge nights out. Like, I love me a Revs, I love me a Lolas. So yeah, that's my hot take. Whatever. Oh, there's an Uber. Hey girl, come back.
Saturday was also super cute because I slept in a bit, but then I met up with a friend who was just visiting Cambridge for a couple of days. So this is my darling friend, Lucy.
What kind of age? Are you ready? Yeah. You're a mermaid. Gorgeous, beautiful.
And we used to do classes together in first year, but then obviously in second year, I took a year out because of the scholarship that I won to spend a year in Italy. That meant that when I came back, she was a year above me and hence on her year abroad. She was back in Cambridge for a short time only, so I was very lucky to have met up with her for brunch. We caught up about so much stuff, and it was a gorgeous day, so we also walked around the John's Backs, which is one of the main green spaces of my college. For dinner time, I ate at a gorgeous Thai restaurant, which is called The Giggling Squid, and once again, it's one of my favourite places to eat in Cambridge. I went with the queer leaders. This refers to all members of the team who identify as LGBTQ+. I think it's really important to have these subgroups so everybody feels welcome within the team. Anyway, my noodles was followed by a Jack's Gelato. This is the best ice cream place in Cambridge. They have so many inventive flavours and lots of them are vegan. One of my go-tos is the dark chocolate and sea salt flavour. However, this day I went for a white chocolate hot chocolate.
Hey, I'm just having a little update to talk about my life, how I'm feeling, and also about vlogging. I have a bit of experience on TikTok, but beyond that, I just want to make vlogs and show people what Cambridge is like. And I really want I want people to see it, I want people to enjoy my vlogs, and I want the channel to be successful. And yeah, so I was watching Holly Gabrielle's vlogs and she's a massive inspiration for me. I'm trying to go into the same sort of niche of Cambridge student vlog. But yeah, I got some good ideas from her vlogs. I looked and I saw, maybe I can use more time lapses. She has a lot of shots all the time of, for example, I normally might just show like, oh, here's what I cooked. And she shows like the different shots of making it, which can make it feel more interactive for the viewer. So that was good to have to think about that. Essentially, my kind of worrying a tiny bit about the channel just boils down to me wanting it to do well. I really hope that people do enjoy my content. But like, one thing that I didn't really anticipate was that vlogging can be difficult sometimes because you want to live in the moment and you don't always want to be thinking, oh, what can I put this in the vlog? Or always asking, just whipping a camera out. It can be a bit intrusive. And especially the academic side. During my contact hours, during classes, I can't just whip a camera out and start recording the teacher. Or I can't, I'm there to concentrate. I don't want to be thinking about which sorts of shots I can get. Anyway, so yeah, basically it's just a big learning curve for YouTube. Yo, Cambridge University just liked one of my TikToks. It was like a random TikTok I made. I'll insert it now, but like it's a random TikTok I made on holiday with Christina. I'm embarrassed that like they saw that. It's fine, but like that's so funny. Okay. It's 11:30 and I'm in the gym because I slept during the day because I was so tired. So for me right now it's kind of mid-afternoon. I'm doing some more squats and then I'm meeting up with Oliver because he also went out last night, so he woke up really late as well. So yeah, that's the plan for right now.
First of all, I thought that I should mention I am a bit of a newbie in the gym, so if you can see here that my form is lacking, you can leave a kind but constructive comment giving me some tips. That would be great, thank you very much. But apart from that, I wanted to talk a bit more about what I do in my time off during the weekend to make sure that I'm completely revitalized for when I start working again on Monday morning. In the rest of the vlog, you will see which systems I have in place to get prepared for the coming week. We will explore another college together, and I will also show you the behind the scenes of my YouTube channel.
Bonsoir tout le monde en fait. Je fais un petit challenge, je fais un défi avec Oliver, je suis chez Oliver. Et on a décidé de ne parler que français ce soir. Et ouais, je pense que je vais gagner, mais on verra.
Ce n'est pas une compétition.
C'est une compétition. Good morning, everyone. It's Sunday morning, and I'm going to Selwyn College to meet Alicia and get brunch. And I'm walking right now through the St. John's College playing fields, and I'll be back here in a couple of hours to play a lacrosse match. Do I know how to play lacrosse? No. Have I been to any of the trainings? No. Sorry, Catalina. But I'm excited to give it a go nonetheless. I think that's the great thing about college sport, is that it's not like university level sport where it's really serious and against the universities. It's just against other colleges. Today is another day of work, a reset day, just to completely get over the sort of burnout I was feeling at the end of last week. Especially because it's week 6, like it's kind of, well, it's that awkward part of time where it's not the home stretch yet, but you're just really exhausted. And also the reason that we only have 8-week terms is because any longer than that, it would just be too much work. Another thing that I don't really mention too much in my vlogs is that normally when I'm walking somewhere or getting ready, I'm always listening to a podcast. I'm always maintaining my languages in some way. So basically, like while I'm walking to brunch, I'll be listening to an Italian podcast. While I'm getting ready in the morning, I'll be listening to a Catalan podcast. This maintaining of languages is very important, especially this year, considering I'm learning Catalan, which is so similar to all the other languages I learn, especially Spanish. And I've only got 1 hour of Spanish a week. So I need to keep maintaining Spanish because otherwise I would just get good at Catalan and forget Spanish. Anyway, yeah, nerdy linguistics talk over.
On my way to Selwyn College, I walked past Robinson College, and I thought I'd give you a quick tour of what Selwyn looks like. Selwyn is a medium-sized college, so it's got about 120 undergraduates each year. And its location is really great for humanities students because it's right by the Sidgwick site that I mention about 5 times every single vlog. Sidgwick site is the hub for the university's arts and humanities departments. This was a photo that Alicia took of me with the Selwyn College napkins, and now I'll leave the audio in so you can kind of feel what the ambiance was like at the brunch.
Wine, pastry, food. Just say hi.
Even though I was having the weekend off doing any academic work, I still went to the library on Sunday, and you might think, Andrew, why? But I wanted to spend time with Alicia, and I wanted to get some admin for YouTube done. Here you can see me editing the YouTube video which I published about how I passed the C2 exam in French, which certifies that you speak French to a native level. However, I'd already recorded the video a couple days prior, so all I had to do was make the presentation that would be on screen while I was speaking, add some animations so it looked nice, and then also make sure that I could sync it up with what I was saying in the clips. Typically, for a sit-down video that is 15 minutes long, I'll probably have 1 hour of footage. So it does take quite a long time to work through this all, but I really enjoy editing, so for me it doesn't feel like a chore whatsoever.
And perhaps more red in the face than the last
vlog update. We played lacrosse and we won 4-0 against Keys College and King's College, of a joint team. And I really enjoyed it. It was so much fun. So I'll definitely be back next week. Yeah, it was so fun. I think this might be my new calling. Everyone, this is your sign to join your lacrosse team. I was kind of scared because I just thought like, lacrosse, it's just a private school sport. But it was so fun. I ran so much. Yeah, I had a great time. Guys, we just had cheer training and it just went so well. Special guest alert, vice captain. How was training?
I'm tired. It was really good though. My hair's a mess, so that means it was really good.
Yeah. Don't be hitting.
Oxford's not ready.
Oxford is not ready.
I then had my friend Alex over for dinner, and I took the opportunity to just make loads and loads and loads of what I was going to cook. So then I'd have lunch ready for the rest of the week. Alex is a very special friend of mine, and we've actually been friends since year 7. We went to the same school, and we did the Cambridge application process together, and we both got in. It was crazy. Although I do remember that he got his acceptance letter about 5 hours before I did. So it was 5 hours of me being like, I hope I can go to Cambridge with Alex, and alas, we both made it. Back to talking about food, I made a base dish, which was pretty much fried vegetables with rice. I then split this into 3 pans, and in one I added the beans, in another one I added the chickpeas, and in the other one I made a teriyaki variation. This meant that I wouldn't be getting bored eating the exact same thing every single day, and it still ensured that I was eating enough of my 5 a day. I promise you it was so tasty, but I'm just not the most aesthetic person in the world, so it doesn't look great, but I promise you it was.
Okay, so why am I power walking to Jesus College right now? Well, just like last week, I didn't manage to get clubbing tickets in time. But thanks to the wonderful world of Facebook, there's a group called Ticket Bridge. So essentially Ticket Bridge is a Facebook group where you can buy and sell clubbing tickets. And I've bought a ticket off someone from Jesus, so I'm going to get that now. Normally you buy them a couple of days beforehand, but I just last minute decided to go out, so yeah. I just bumped into a friend. I was like, I'm going to Lola's too. Yeah. So I'm going off to collect my ticket and I'm excited, but also I'm not drinking tonight because I'm going out tonight and Monday because we've got Super Bop. So that means that several colleges are throwing a party together. And then I'm also going out on Wednesday because it's my friend's 21st and I've also got a swap. And also tomorrow I have a presentation that I need to do. I took the whole weekend off working. And tomorrow morning I've got a presentation that I need to do. I'm giving the presentation at 11. So I've already planned some of it, but I just need to finish the final touches. So that's why I'm not drinking. I'm back and I've got stuff to get done. I need to sort out my room, put away my laundry, make my bed, hoover. I've just got stuff to do. Cut to some lovely time lapses of me getting all of that done before I go out. Productive queen. Okay, I managed to do so much stuff. I hoovered, recycled the stuff in my room, charged all my devices, ironed my clothes, put my clothes away, did my bed, did my shopping list for the week, got my bag ready for tomorrow. Getting stuff done. It's not perfect, but it's a lot better. And considering that I've got so much done, I'm very happy.
Going out was the end of my Sunday, so tune in to next week's vlog for me trying to overcome exhaustion and maybe even finding love.